two clone trooper turbo tanks in the Felucia campaign are stopped, needing repairs. Their main guns work, but they're unable to move. Commander Louis has set up a defensive perimeter with the 327th Star Corps. He's attempting to hold the perimeter and protect the valuable turbo tanks. But the battle droid army has caught wind of the two disabled turbo tanks and are sending an entire army to attack and take them over. The droid army knows that the turbo tanks could contain valuable information and intelligence. The droids will stop at nothing to try and seize them from the clone trooper defenses. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod in the future. Now let's get right on into this thing. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Alrighty then, boys, let's go ahead and press start right here, and the defense of the Felucia mountain is going on now. The battle droid army begins their assault forward, sending forward a number of snail tanks towards the clone trooper lines. They also have, of course, a lot of battle droids, B2 super battle droids. They've got tri-droids, AAT tanks. They've even got hailfire droids, MTTs. They're bringing forward the full shebang to take on these clone troopers and try and capture the turbo tanks in the back lines there. Snail tanks getting hit hard by bazooka fire, but wrist rockets start coming in from the super battle droids behind them right now, backing up those snail tanks nicely. We've of course got AV7 cannons up here, but we've also got a number of clone snipers up top on these mountains that are going to be firing downwards at the droid army coming forward. So hopefully these guys can do some damage. Actually, snail tanks just blitzing past pretty much the front lines of the clone trooper army and making move towards the back lines. Kind of crazy that they just came forward and started to split into the back. A few going down up front here, but the rest are just hell-bent on moving forward and destroying the turbo tanks at all costs. It's fine though, the clone trooper lines can continue to hold against the rest of the droid infantry and tanks for now at the very least, but we'll see how long they can actually hold, because there are a lot of droids coming forward and they're getting hit hard by tank shells and whatnot, destroying a lot of their 50mm cannons. Luckily their mortar over here is still up, although it just fell down, so they gotta right the ship on that one. Their other mortar over that way is still alive as well, and I believe their AV cannons are all still fully functioning, which is a pretty big thing for them right there. Lots of incoming fire though for these clones. I wouldn't be surprised if they remain mostly suppressed throughout this battlefield. That might be hailfire droid shots? No, I think it was just wrist rockets. There are a lot of wrist rockets coming forward, man. This is a very, very explosive battlefield, to say the very least. Clone troopers inside of these trenches just getting rocked left and right by explosives. You can see all the different artillery marks and mortar marks of the battleground out here for the droids as well. I mean, both sides taking immense losses on the battlefield at this point. And I don't know. It's way too early to tell who is currently dominating, because both sides have taken extreme losses. Lots of explosions for both sides. There's a lot of battle to go through from here on out. I see the AV cannon up top there still firing, but there's the hailfire droid letting loose its first silo, and if that doesn't destroy these back clone trooper lines, I don't know what will. Even a couple shots hitting the top of the mountain site up here, destroying AV cannons. The snipers are still alive, and this AV cannon is still alive as well, so that's a good omen for the clones, but they did take some pretty immense losses right there. DC-15X snipers trying to take on some super battle droids. MTTs coming forward after dropping off their payload of battle droids. We've also got an MTT up here with two AAT tanks who have gone further forward, and it has dropped off its commando and battle droid lines as well on top of this plateau, so they're going to be able to go over here and shoot down at the clones below. A little versatile attack strategy going on right there. Should be fairly interesting to see what ends up happening with that, to say the very least. DC-15X clone snipers still surviving up here. They've got a fantastic angle, although I will say one Hailfire droid silo would probably take all of them out. I think both Hailfire droids are still alive, yes, on the battlefield. A bit of a traffic jam going on over here with all of the vehicles. I think a few of them are a little bit stuck at the moment. It might take some doing to get them unstuck. But the next line of clone troopers does begin to engage with the droids. They did manage to take out those snail tanks pretty decently over here and over here, so that's not really a worry anymore. Yeah, the next back line of clones is still untouched. Commander Louie's command center is still doing just fine. Some droids rushing over towards this trench line right here, going for another blitz, it seems. A couple of rockets coming in as well to try and support, but both seem to miss pretty badly. Clone rocket goes into the droids right there and manages to kill a few more, and the clones just begin to scrap the last of these battle droids that are just... oh, they're suicide charging. Yeah, these guys don't really stand a chance. They're just doing the suicide charge. Let's stop them from doing that. At least fight, guys. At least fight. Okay, they all died anyway. Alright, that's a weird glitch that happens sometimes with droids, but luckily there's plenty more droids back here that aren't suicide charging on forward and should do fine. Seems like right now the clone snipers up top are still giving a lot of grief to these guys down below. Still getting some shots off. The AV cannon here is dead, so no more AV cannons. It's just clone snipers right now up here that can continue to harass some of the battle droids below, and they seem to be doing a pretty nice job of that, getting some shots off, at least getting a few kills here and there. They're also tangoing with the droids on the other plateau over that way. A little bit of a mountain battle going on, which is kind of cool to see. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty sweet. So the mountain fortress of clone snipers remains intact, and that's probably a good thing considering the bottom lines over here. It's just ultimate destruction right now. More supers entering towards the trench line. That is going to result in many clone deaths, I have a feeling, especially because they just killed the only bazooka clone left alive on this trench line, which is pretty much the only easy kill against super battle droids. Yes, you can kill them with light arms fire, but it takes a lot more shots. Meanwhile, a bazooka is a one-shot kill to a super battle droid, so pretty bad for the clones right there. They're going to suffer that wrist rocket wrath right now, and that man just gets eviscerated, and it takes a couple of his friends with him. Yikes, we do have another clone over here, kind of on a little flank here. There we go, they killed one super. Well done, boys. Well done, and that was a terrible wrist rocket shot. All right, let's check the left side of things. Not a ton happening over here. We got a lot more droids sort of pushing through this way. They are still getting sniped from DC-15X snipers, so that's crazy, man. Yeah, those snipers probably going to rack up some kills during this battle. Look at that. I mean, they're missing some of their shots. It's a pretty far distance, but a lot more coming in. And they can get collateral kills, which is pretty baller. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty cool when that does end up happening. So, beautiful shots from those clone troopers back that way. Yeah, these clones over here likely going to go down very, very quickly. These 50 mils are all dead, by the way. Decrewed, destroyed. This trench right here is dead, but these droids continue to shoot into it haphazardly. They should really be going over this way and helping out with this trench line, but droids are gonna droids, man. Droids are gonna droids. How many kills does some of these clones up here have? This guy's got none. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 1. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 2. This guy's got 3. This guy's got 1. This guy's got none. This guy's got 1. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. And this guy's got 1 and a vehicle kill, which is presumably a super battle droid. This guy's got 3. This guy's got none. This guy's got none. This trooper has 3. This guy's got 2. This guy's got none. And this guy also has none. So, clone snipers are doing a little bit, not strictly like the most powerful of all the clone units currently, but at the very least they are contributing to the battlefield and managing to get some kills at the end of the day. We're going to go ahead and bump it up a speed here as more supers continue this right flank attack right now, but they are getting shut down. You know, maybe I underestimated the clone troopers defending this area over this way. I kind of thought they would get destroyed by all those super battle droids, but no, they have managed to slowly but surely eliminate the supers as they come forward, and there goes the last one right there. So not too shabby. That's a pretty good job that they're doing over here. Not too bad at all. More battle droids just pushing on forward. we have to remember the main droid infantry force is still very much so coming up. They have not gone full tilt in yet with these guys. We still got AATs, Hailfire droids, although this one might be dead. No, it's still alive. Yeah, we've got 2 Hailfire droids. We got more AATs back here, Tri-droids back here, MTT back here, Snail Tank, AAT. They're all just kind of traffic jammed up. If you look at the mini-map at the top left, red are clone troopers left alive, blue are battle droids left alive, and droid tanks left alive. So there's still a lot of droids still on the battlefield ready to fight. I think, honestly, the clone snipers up top here are causing quite the distraction right now for the droid army, and that is why the droids aren't fully pushing forward with their infantry against the rest of the trenches. And look at that. These clone snipers continue to get kills. I mean, it's pretty impressive. These droids might start mountain climbing, I'm not gonna lie. That's something the droids love to do in these battles, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up climbing up these little plateaus here and getting up to the clone snipers up that way. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse the clone snipers' demise here, because it is distracting the entire droid army here, and I think we're not going to see progress in the battle until these droids finally kill these snipers. So let's watch that. Alright boys, the droid army is derping hardcore just like I thought they would. Not progressing forward at all. The clones don't even have to fight right now. There's literally like no fighting going on the battlefield at all. These clone snipers did die. This guy's still alive with 3 kills. These guys are still alive here. One of them has 2 infantry kills, 1 vehicle kill. Okay. This guy's got no kills. This guy's got no kills. This guy's got none, and this guy's got none. Okay. So, oh, we got a little bit of movement here. Alright, maybe the droids are going to start their second assault fairly soon. It just looks like a couple commandos over this way. Yeah, not really a huge deal right now. There's not a crazy battle going on this battlefield at the moment. A couple droids pushing the left again. Some droids up top here. Oh, look at this. They're getting on top of this little, like, thing. Bridge thing. And it looks like they might fire down a little bit, which is good to see. But, yeah, overall, the droid's not really pressuring the clones all that much. They might be able to get a kill on that clone trooper. But it's very slow at the moment. There we go. More troops coming forward. Good, good, good. Yeah, no one ended up really mountain climbing up there, it seems, to take out those snipers. And it seems like most of them are going to push left. There is a snail tank coming through, which could be pretty helpful for the droids, considering the fact that they're pretty much infantry only at this point in time. And they haven't even made it to the turbo tanks yet, which is kind of sad. A lot of these clones are very distracted by the droids up above, which is helpful for the droids down below. I mean, that's great. This whole mountain fortress type thing that we got going on is fantastic. For the battle droid assault, actually, it's I think playing a bigger hand in the battle droid assault. Oh, the turbo tank starts to fire its laser cannon out. Look at that. I don't know if it's the greatest tank destroyer, but it is very good at killing infantry. And right now it is just spamming the living heck out of this snail tank, and it does end up getting the kill right there on the snail tank. That's pretty big. Cool to see that the turbo tanks are starting to fire out a little bit from a distance here. But it might only target tanks, because it stopped firing once the infantry sort of filled the gap of the snail tank right there. So, not entirely sure. It is what it is. We've got more shots going into this clone over here, and he's not even peeking. The droids are very, very bothered by him. The rest of the clones in this trench right now are just totally holding and managing to hold pretty nicely as well. Droids are missing so many of their shots. There we go. They finally killed the clone over on that LAAT over that way. More droids entering the top bit over this way, which is good to see. So they'll get some more shots off at some of those clone troopers over there. The sniper clones don't seem to really be doing anything. Oh, we do have some mountain climbing droids. Look at that. Droids climbing up the mountain and then getting headshotted by the clones almost immediately as they come up there. Holy cow. Well, that's one way to take these guys on. Oh, and they are absolutely... Look at this. What? That's so cool. These droids are getting destroyed, man. Literally one-tapping their heads as they pop up before the droids can even draw their weapons. Wow. That is crazy right there. Holy cow. Okay. Still more droids over this way. They're not really attacking, though, all that much. These droids over here are failing their assault pretty badly. Although they killed a few more of the clones in this trench here, there's only one left. So eventually they can... There you go. I guess a droid sniper up here started clapping cheeks. That's what they needed. They can start filling out this trench and firing from it, which would probably be their best idea. There's still more clone trooper trenches to go here. But right now, a lot of droids are just straight up yeeting themselves into these clone trooper snipers. Let's see if we can go full speed here. Oh my god. They're destroying them up here. Wow. Oh my goodness. The droids are very hell-bent on killing these guys. That is all they want. Oh, big surge forward. They're actually getting a few shots off. Oh, well, that's because there's a couple droids over there now. There you go. Distract them from the other side. These 3 clones left alive have killed so many droids. Oh, okay, that guy died. This guy's got 15 kills. He died. This guy's got 14 kills and 1 super kill. He's the last alive, though. Oh my god, they probably killed like 40 or 50 droids all on their own. Oh, and he finally gets clapped right there. There are still more clones over this way who could take up the mantle of those guys. Those guys were absolute heroes, though. My goodness. What a series of kills for them. Wow. All right, some droids are coming to the trenches up this way, but yeah, they're all fixated on the clone snipers, trying to take them out. This was just supposed to be a fun little part of the battle. I didn't realize it would end up captivating most of the battle here. Most of the droids seem like they just want to kill these guys. That seems to be the main task of theirs. Okay, a couple of these guys coming around the flanks here. They just got to get a little bit farther forward. They could just grenade these guys. Oh, but the clones sneak some shots in their backs. I don't think these clones even know those droids are right there. Look at this droid. There you go. Oh, he gets one of them before getting domed. What is... Are there peace negotiations going on here? I don't... He's distracting that clone. Alright, that's weird. Okay, that clone ends up dying. One last clone sniper over this way. The final clone sniper. I just heard someone explode. Alright, this trench is starting to get activated here. Tri-droid in the background, trying to come forward. He might be blocking the choke point right there, though. Another DC-15X heavy sniper over this way. Oh, AAT also coming forward. Wait, the AAT just shot the Tri-droid into the stratosphere. Oh, there she goes. What the heck? That AAT just slingshotted the Tri-droid all the way back here. Well, that was goofy. Okay. They're killing themselves now, apparently. That's how the droids are playing this thing. These AATs fell off the mountain. And a few droids did as well. Not getting any kills on these clone troopers here. Commander Louis' turbo tank defense structure still very much so alive currently. These droids coming forward. The right side appears to have some combat going on, as yeah, some droids get up top here and start firing down at the clone troopers. Well, they're getting beat up pretty bad though. The boys down below aren't really coming forward to help them out, so it's really just these guys against like a whole lot of clone troopers defending right here. And just single firing down or up at them. Yikes. Look at that. Oh my god, it's just evisceration. Okay, the droids are doing horrible. The droids are doing straight up dookie, man. Terrible. Absolutely a travesty of a droid assault currently. Some rocket launchers going out that way. This is pretty crazy. It's just clones dominating the battlefield. More droid rockets entering the battlefield, though. AAT tank off in the distance, getting a few shots out there, but I don't think it's being very effective at all. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse the clone defense for a little bit here. Well, most of the fire ended up being on the left side over this way, where droids are attempting to make assaults, but they've expended most of their tanks. They've still got a Tri-droid back here, an AAT. They're all kind of derping right now. A couple more AATs right there. Another one back there, too. It's just tough terrain for their tanks to actually get forward. Hailfire droid there as well. But the infantry is just getting shredded up front here. Absolutely shredded. Yellow are dead droids. There goes an AAT. red or dead clones. As you can see, the droids are just taking immense losses throughout here. More are climbing up here, trying to get the high ground advantage, which is a good idea, but it's not really working because only one clone trooper has died in these trenches below here. And then only a couple clones have died over this way. It seems like the turbo tank perimeter itself is holding way stronger than the front lines ever had a chance of. So, I mean, this is going to be a long battle. I think we're going to see a lot more droids dying before the end of it, but let's go ahead and watch as these droids continue to attempt to make pushes from the top here down, because that seems to be the main focus of the droid army at this point right now. Alright boys, the droid army has just about fizzled out here. They are really not doing much. They are very stuck in certain places, not pushing forward. Their tanks are doing almost nothing. Like, look, this AAT is going to come on in and, yeah, get stuck. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in round 2 of reinforcements, because I want to see the turbo tanks in action. I want to see the backlines of the clones in action. That's not happening, like, at all right now. They are kind of dominating the backside here. Like, really dominating. Look at this. Droid tanks coming in. And, not really amounting to anything. Getting absolutely clapped. So let's bring in a little bit of droid reinforcements for them. I'll be right back. Alright, boys. I've dropped in about 300 additional forces for the droids on both sides, and about 10 new tanks for them as well. So, press play, and let's see if these additional reinforcements can help out the droids a little bit in this fight, or if they'll continue to kind of stall out. I'm not entirely sure, you know, how this is going to go for them. They could use this to their advantage and actually make some plays and get forward, or they might all just end up dying out yet again. I'm not entirely sure, but all I knew was I wanted to see these backlines of clones actually have to put in an effort and fight. Okay, droid tanks shooting around like crazy. That one's already dead because it's flopped over and it will burn out its engine. So that's not great. More droids coming up the top there, but again, not really managing to do anything. These clone trenches are going all out in their defense right now and just blasting the droid army to absolute smithereens, destroying them outright. The droids have very little response to this right now. Besides a few snipers getting some lucky shots in there here and there, they're not using their tanks to their full potential at all, at least on the left side. On the right side, it looks like the droids are pushing a lot more heartily. The turbo tanks are firing out right now, taking out the droid tanks a decent bit. The infantry is at least pushing with the tanks, so that's good for them, but it seems like most of the tanks are dead by now. A couple left alive back here, but really not that much. A lot of the droids have also died on this side of the battlefield, and not a ton of clone troopers have perished themselves. Many of them still alive and well, fighting in these trenches, though a couple are going down now. E-web turrets in the way back lines doing some sniping for the clones. Getting down and dirty in there. Big explosions. Might be from the turbo tank. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, but it is from something. Are there more droids still up this way? There's actually quite a number of droids up this way. The snipers might be able to shoot from here, but I don't think anything else is able to. Another AAT biting the dust over this way, but the droids have pushed decently far forward. How about this side? Not really. There's still a couple clones left alive. AAT over here coming through, though, and starts getting hammered by turbo tank fire. Clone Trooper bazooka fire, and it goes down with relative ease there. Yeah. This is looking rough. The droids are making the best of this second attempt here, but it does just seem like it's a double choke point for the clones, and even with the high ground droid snipers up here, they're just not able to do all that much. Couple clones left alive over this way getting sniped. But then there's a whole other trench line back there, and these trench lines aren't even filled to the brim, I must say. Now, this map was created by Rollum, part of the Star Wars Galaxy at War Mod community. Huge shout out to him. He might have made the defense a little too tight for the clone troopers, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good defensive map, but a really fun map. So huge shout out to him again, because he makes incredible maps, and I love playing them. They're fantastic. I hope he continues to make more into the future. Either way, another droid AAT over that way going down. There's one more coming forward back there. Droid infantry doing a decent push, actually. They've killed this clone defense line now, and they're making moves forward. So yeah, they're actually doing a little something with their infantry on this side of the battlefield. Turbo tanks taking a few shots out. They seem to only really target tanks themselves, though, they don't really target clone trooper infantry. They seem like they only like to target tanks, so that's not the most helpful thing in the world, but we do have more clone troopers over here firing out. Another AAT pushing forward out that way. Could do some damage as it's not yet being targeted by those turbo tanks quite yet. Actually, the droids are starting to do some good things. Okay, that was a big rocket right there. Wipes out a bunch of battle droid infantry. Turbo tank now firing again, trying to kill that last AAT over that way. Left side also getting engaged a little bit more as more droids finally start coming forward over here. Are there still clones left alive in this trench? There's one or two, but not a lot. Yeah, droid's coming pretty far forward over this way. This clone is stranded all on his own out here. And he manages to get one kill. The rest don't quite land, however. Oh, there you go. He gets another. He could get some more kills. Not too bad, not too bad. Clones still have a very sturdy defense back here, though, including another E-Web turret. Another AAT popping and exploding back that way. There's one more out there. These turbo tanks are still very much so alive. They haven't been targeted by anything almost, though. So it's no surprise that they're still alive. No tank, no infantry is targeting them yet. It's all fixated on the clone trooper infantry. Commander Louis taking a few shots back here. Protect your clone commander, boys. Protect the clone commander. Uh-oh. That rocket had a trajectory of Louis, but he is still alive. Oh, more heading that way, but he's still good. He's still good. Not to worry, not to worry. These clones over here getting some more kills, which is good to see. Droids have fully encapsulated this trench line here and are starting to pressure and move forward. I dare say the the droid reinforcements might manage to do something here. They're actually making really good plays and managing to make it forward. Holy cow. It's amazing what 300 additional droids and 10 extra AATs can do. Now that turbo tank with its dish turret up top is starting to fire, though, that could get a lot of kills against these battle droids. That is for sure. These droids do have trench defenses to utilize for themselves now, though, and they are getting some rocket shots into the turbo tank wheels. Obviously not exactly a weak point on the turbo tank, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. That turbo tank cannon is getting shots in, but it's not doing a lot of damage. That machine gun is either missing a lot of shots or just is extremely weak to begin with. So I'm not entirely sure. You can actually check how many kills these turbo tanks have. This one's actually slightly damaged. It's got 6 infantry, now 7 infantry kills, 3 vehicle kills. This one over here has 15 infantry kills and 9 vehicle kills, which is pretty impressive. There's still a decent amount of infantry back here, including Commander Louis, but they're getting hit pretty hard by a lot of incoming droid fire right now. Droids are pressuring very, very hard, pushing in even harder. Clone Trooper campaign on Felucia with these turbo tanks might end pretty soon here if they're not careful. I will definitely own up to the fact that I did give the droids reinforcements, but it was just to, have some fun on the battlefield. I know there will be people in the comments saying it's not fair and stuff like that, but hey man, it's just extra content. It's just extra entertainment. It's just more battle for you. We can always say the clones won the first round of the battle, and then the reinforcements ended up toppling them. I don't know. If you guys don't like me putting reinforcements in, I understand. But at the same time, it does make battles that would end earlier, and we'd not be able to see the rest of the battle. It makes them a little bit longer and a little bit more entertaining, and allows us to see different objectives and defense points that otherwise we wouldn't be seeing. Clone Trooper defenses, I'm actually really surprised. They're really not getting that many kills here. They're getting a lot of fire out. There we go. That was a good bazooka round, at least. They're getting a lot of fire out, but just not actually killing with it. It's interesting. At least that's how it feels. Like, it feels like they're getting a lot of hits, getting a lot of shots out, and then the droids are just kind of withstanding it. I don't know. Does it feel that way to you guys at all? That's how I'm vibing right now. The droids are now fully targeting these turbo tanks, though, so the infantry is somewhat free to just shoot the rest of the battle droids at the moment. It's kind of a good scenario for the clones right now, and we seem to just sort of have a slugfest going on at the moment. Both sides just spamming fire at one another. Okay, a little bit more droid fire going into clone infantry. But yeah, a lot of it is into these turbo tanks. They can take a lot of hits. They're much like AT-ATs in the fact that they're just absolute, well, they're literal juggernauts. So, they're going to be able to take some hits. They're going to be able to stay alive on the battlefield for a very long time. But eventually they will die. So, clones got to be careful. because these things are not indestructible. They're just extremely tough. So with just basically rockets getting fired at the turbo tanks right now and turbo tanks trying to fight back but missing most of their shots, why don't we go ahead and time-lapse this for a little bit. There we go, one of the turbo tanks fully destroyed. I didn't know they just disappeared when they died, but apparently they do. That's not going to be good for gathering the intel from said turbo tank. I will say that it might be a little bit of a folly on the droid side of things. The other turbo tank's still alive, still firing out. The clones below also still firing at the oncoming droids, still getting some kills, which is good to see as well. Oh, that thing dead? Yeah, I think it just died. Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, yikes. All right, so you know what? I'll admit it. I definitely helped out the droids a lot by giving them those reinforcements and basically allowing them to win this battle because of it. So, you know, I'll fess up to that for sure. That is completely my fault. But I mean, hey, we at least got to see the turbo tanks do a defense. We wouldn't have seen that otherwise. So, you know, I hope you guys don't mind too much. Either way, the droids are going to be pressuring the clone troopers here. The clones can barely get shots out at this point with the amount of suppression they are dealing with right now. Let's go into fast speed here, and basically it's Jover for the clones. They're going to go down. They're not going to be able to win. And the droids are going to be able to get the W, unless the clones get some, like, gnarly grenades off or, like, really manage to do this. But this ain't no choke point defense. This is a pretty bad defensive perimeter for them. Commander Louis is already gone. Rip. Yeah, the rest of the... Oh, here's Bly. Bly back here as well. He's dead. Okay. Surprise, Bly. He's gone. We got one clone in here. Shoot them. Shoot them, my friend. Okay. Rip. Rip, rip. This guy's already dead. This guy's gonna die too. Let's see. We can get some shots off. We got a couple kills, nice, but that is it for the clone trooper army. Oh, now the Hailfire droids come forward. Red are dead droids, yellow are dead clones, although most of the bodies were exploded or deleted by vehicles, so really inaccurate representation of what went down here. But yeah, brutal battle, pretty fun one. I thought this was a very entertaining one. Those snipers up here clutched it. Oh, MTT flipping. That's a rare sight. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.